Good morning, students. I am geography teacher Suraj Kumar. Now I will continue with the last part from where I had left there. So we are studying about the naturalization of humans and humanization of nature. The first part of it, that is environmental determinism, or also called naturalization of human, has already been. So today we need to start with humanization of nature. Naturalization of humans already finished. So today we will look humanization of nature. Firstly, students, you just try to answer few questions that is there our imprints visible in nature? Can human being made changes into the nature? Yeah, of course. With the advent of technology or with the development, with new skill, with new development, new techniques come up, and along with that we modify nature. So that is the thing we need to study here under this topic, humanization of nature. Okay, so you have to firstly understand that the new tools, new techniques are more important, which these new tools or techniques which are used to produce or create new things are more important than the production itself. Let's suppose we just, or human being just created a bridge or created a road, national highway, anything like that. So it is more important how we created that bridge, how we created that national highway, than the national highway itself or the bridge itself. Once we have that technology, we develop ourselves up to that level, that tools, techniques are more important, that will become more important than the production. Because production is single one. If we make a single national highway, it means that we have a technology and we can create many number of national highway, many number of bridges. So these tools and techniques are more important than the production itself or the creation itself. The technology indicates the level of cultural development of society. Human being were able to develop technology through knowledge. So it's like, firstly we need to have a knowledge of the nature or basic natural laws. Once we have that knowledge of basic natural laws, then we will apply that thing and discover new technique, new tools, new technology, and based on that we will able to modify nature. We will try to understand it with few examples. Like if you go into the past, firstly the human being have the understanding or knowledge of friction and heat, and based on that natural law of friction or natural law of heat, we will be able to create fire or discover fire. Let's suppose we don't have the knowledge of friction. पहले प्रिमिटिव ह्यूमन बीइंग, आदि मानव को ये पता चला ना कि पत्थर को जब हम रगड़ेंगे तो फ्रिक्शन के कारण हीट क्रिएट होगा, एंड फ्रॉम देयर दे डिस्कवर फायर. सो नेचुरल लॉ इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द नेचुरल लॉ इज द फर्स्ट थिंग, and based on that we will develop new technique, new technology, new things, modify ourselves with time. Okay, another example, to cure a many kind of diseases. Today's even COVID situation is there, so different type of diseases are there, and to cure that all diseases, firstly we need to have a basic understanding of the some biological basic building unit like DNA or genetic things, genetic kind of things. So to conquer many type of diseases, we get the support, or we have to have the basic understanding of this DNA and genetics. Once we have this knowledge of this DNA and genetics, we will able to conquer or cure many type of related diseases. Same is the case in case of high speed vehicles. We used to create satellites, different type of aero vehicles, different speedy cars, all these things. All these things are on the basis of, based on the law of aerodynamics. So law of aerodynamics develop or will help us to develop faster vehicles. So thing you have to understand, basic thing is nature. You have to have basic knowledge of natural laws, and based on that, with time human being got developed, and with the development we have new tools, new techniques, new discoveries, new technology, and on the basis of that then we modify nature. Okay, so that is the thing we need to be focused on. So last part, we already covered this entire portion, this story of naturalization of humans. Today we need to start with this second part, that is humanization of nature. The primitive human or the people began to understand their environment with time, and the forces of nature or natural laws with the passage of time. Okay, and with social and cultural development, human develops better and more efficient technology. So based on this knowledge of nature, knowledge of natural laws, we develop socially, we develop culturally, and then we are into that position that we can create more efficient technology. Okay, getting it? They move from the state of necessity. Earlier was the state of necessity where environment was the determining force, and we have to modify us according to environment. There is a concept given by Darwin, survival of fittest. So whoever is more stronger, he will determine the thing. Nature was more stronger. We don't have new technique, new technology, so we are totally dependent upon nature, and that was the case of or the state of necessity. So from that state of necessity, with development or with development of efficient technology, we moved from that state of necessity towards the state of freedom. Now we have a freedom of choice. We does not have to directly modify or without thinking modify according to nature. We can apply our technique, technology, our minds, and try to create a balance between nature and man, nature and human being. Okay, so with development of efficient technology, human moves from state of necessity to the state of freedom. We created possibilities with the resource obtained from the environment. Basic resource definitely had to come from the nature itself, and we created different type of man-made resources from natural resources with the help of the modern or efficient technology we have now. Okay, so actually what happened, with the help of the resource obtained from the nature, we just convert it into human-made resource, and through human activity we created a different type of cultural landscape. Now imprints of humans activity are created everywhere in form of breezes, in form of malls, in form of shopping complexes. So now nature have imprints of human with the help of discovered, developed, efficient technology. Okay, health resorts on highland, huge urban sprawls, fields, orchards, pastures in plain area also have a pasture land, rolling hills, ports on the coast. So sea coast pe we created natural harbors are the earlier one, and we created different type of man-made ports. National highways are there, satellite we are sending into the space. All these things are created by we human being, and all these things are human imprints over the nature, and that is only possible with the development. So human being developed, and we discover new efficient technology, and applying on that new efficient technology we are providing human or our imprints over the nature. Okay, even in open air we develop radar system, how planes move. There is fixed route, you know. It's not like कि एयर में कोई रूट नहीं है, यहाँ से प्लेन आपने उड़ाया और कहीं भी लेके चले गए. No, it's not like that. There is fixed route for planes even to follow. Its international air route are been there. Same way over the open ocean, it is already been there on the radar system that ships has to follow this route. Otherwise, if they divert from the fixed sea international routes, then तुरंत ये हल्ला हो जाता है कि ये शिप गायब हो गया, इसको ढूंढो. मे बी सम पायरेट्स हैज hijacked it or something else. So you have to be, means everywhere human prints is there. Some human imprints are in visible form and some human imprints are in invisible form. Okay, so this way in today's time we have all the different techniques, technology, and we have everywhere we have the prints. So human imprints are there over the nature. So that is naturalization of a human, that is humanization of nature. Now nature has human imprints. Nature is been modified by human being as per our needs. Okay, so that can be also called as possibilism. With development of efficient technology, we open many possibilities. Okay, from the state of necessity, we move towards the state of freedom. We open many possibilities with the help of efficient technology. So that's why many scholars termed it as possibilism. So nature provides us opportunity. It is definitely that base is nature itself, and human being uses these nature or natural resources. Okay, and slowly nature gets humanized. With time, with efficient technology, with the use of natural resources, human beings are creating man-made resources, and these man-made resources over the time slowly changing nature. Okay, so slowly nature gets humanized, or slowly nature have imprints of humans and starts bearing the imprints of human endeavor. So that is all about possibilism or humanization of nature. Now, as in case of naturalization of human, we have seen there an example there. So again here, in case of humanization of nature, we also looked it through a given example. So example here is given from a town of Trondheim. This is a town in Norway. Norway is a North Scandinavian country. Let me show you over the map. Norway is a country in North Scandinavian region. So Scandinavian island are these. So this Norway, Sweden and Finland. These are just parallel to Russia, and this side Greenland and Canada. This is Greenland, Canada, and parallel to it is this Scandinavian country, Norway, Sweden and Finland. These are near to North Pole. So it's like, especially in the winter season, this entire city will be frozen. They are near to North Pole, so in winter season they are completely frozen. So this is the example of that city. Carrie is a girl there. So Carrie used to stay there in Netherlands. And as you remember, we already discussed in class 11th that as one move away from the equator, the distance, the difference between the day and night increases. So during summer, days will be longer, night will be shorter, but in winter, reverse will happen. So this is the story of Trondheim town during winter. What it means? Nights are longer, days are shorter. It means maybe 22 hours night, 2 hours only day. So that is the situation of this city. Winter is the season, that's why winds were fast and heavy snowfall is there. The skies are dark for a month, and Carrie is going to his office at 8 a.m. in the morning. So it's like 8 बजे से आप स्कूल आते हो, Carrie is also driving towards her office. She has a special tire for the winter and keeps the headlight of her powerful car switched on. So it's like 8 बजे दिन हो रहा है, but there is night there. Why? Because days are longer, 22 hours day only, nights are longer, 22 hours night, only 2 hour day. So 8 a.m. maybe like 12 a.m. to 2 p.m. there is night only, or maybe 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. मतलब रात के 2 बजे से 4 बजे तक वहाँ सिर्फ डे होता हो, या दिन में 2 से 4 बजे तक सन विल बी अराइज देयर, अदरवाइज entire rest 22 hour is night. So that's why Carrie is driving towards her office with headlight of her car open, switched on. Same way winter is the season, so maybe entire road is frozen with snow, full of snow. So that's why special tires are required, special tires are needed in the cars there. So that was the situation. Once she reached her office is artificially heated at 23 degrees Celsius. Outside temperature is like minus 20 degree, minus 50 degree. But her office is like 23 degrees Celsius. So that is artificially created. Maybe heater is there or some centralized system is there. Okay. So her office is built up of glass in a dome shape. Why it is so? Dome shape क्यों? देखो यहाँ बताता हूँ. डोम शेप ऑफिस बनाने का मतलब ये शेप में है, ताकि कोई भी स्नो जब इस पे whenever snow fall is there, that will move out, that will not stay here. And this is ice shape, dome shaped, made up of ice. Why it is so? Because even for 2 hours, if there is a sunshine or there is sunlight, that will enter. ठीक है, ग्लास का बिल्डिंग है, सनलाइट विल एंटर एंड दैट विल मेंटेन द हीट इनसाइड दैट एरिया. आर्टिफिशियल सिस्टम ऑफ हीटिंग में ऑल्सो भी बिन देयर. ठीक है, ये सारी चीज थी. तो एक तो डोम से ग्लास का बना है ताकि सनलाइट इवन फॉर 2 आवर्स इफ इट इज देयर दैट विल एंटर एंड मेंटेन द हीट बैलेंस. ओके, जस्ट लाइक इन केस ऑफ ग्रीन हाउस. ग्रीन हाउस में क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है कि हम ग्रीन हाउस में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का एक लेयर बना देते हैं ग्लास के लेयर के नीचे, जो भी सनलाइट इंटर इजिली कर जाता है, बट दैट विल नॉट वॉक अवे. याद करो 11th क्लास चैप्टर 9 रेडिएशन वाला चैप्टर जब पढ़े थे तो बताए थे इनकमिंग सोलर रेडिएशन इजिली इंटर द एटमॉस्फेयर विच इज फुल ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, बट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एक्ट एज ओपेक फॉर आउटगोइंग रेडिएशन. So same way here also they created a such kind of system. Artificially, naturally there is not possible to have a crops there. ठीक है, cropping is not possible there, but artificially they also created, they are doing cropping there too. They are creating greenhouse area and there they are doing cropping. Okay, such kind of situation is there. They in that area they are basically totally dependent upon temperate fruits like kiwi, banana, these things. Okay, so that is the situation. So from this entire story what you understand? You understand that natural environment of that place is completely different. That area is completely frozen, but even in that extreme frozen winter condition, people are staying there, because in extreme winter cropping is not possible, directly survival is also difficult, but human development or new efficient technology like heater or creation of many modern technology are made it possible for human being to stay in that harsh climate, harsh winter as well. So can you imagine what has made such an style possible? It is only technology that has allowed the people of Todham and others to overcome the constraints imposed by nature. If technology is not there, it is not possible to stay in that town during winter. Okay. अब आपसे बोल रहा है, डू यू नो अबाउट सम अदर सच एग्जाम्पल्स? It is very common, like you can take the example of Dubai. Dubai is a desert area, completely desert, but with the help of efficient technology, we just converted, or the Dubai is converted into the one of the well known or well developed city of the world. All the modern facilities are available in Dubai. In our area also, in Rajasthan, many of the city area is completely like even in the, if you went to Jodhpur, Jaipur, that area, naturally it is very difficult to stay there, but with the help of modern efficient technology, that entire landscape is completely changed. Okay, so that was the concept of possibilism, that was the concept of naturalization of humanization of nature, that is humanization of nature के ऊपर ह्यूमन का इन्फ्लुएंस आना. ठीक है. Now another concept is there, but that will be discussed in later class. Next class में we will start from here itself. We will see the next concept, that is stop and go determinism. Okay, environmental determinism and stop and go determinism. We will discuss that today. That is the okay. That must be okay. Any doubt is there, you can ask in the live classes. I will clarify all your doubt. Okay, that's it for the day. Bye bye. See you in the next class. Bye students.